Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I would love to share with you exactly how we homeschool our 6 children.
Come ye needy, come and welcome God's free bounty, glorify.
Okay, so before I get started, this is how we homeschool our children. There are so many different ways you can homeschool. You can even unschool. Google that if you're interested in that. There are so many different types of homeschool. This is how we homeschool. Could we do it better? Probably yes. Are there other ways you can homeschool? Definitely. But I thought I would just share with you how we homeschool our 6 children. For those of you that don't know, my name is Peter and my husband is Luke, and we have 6 children, and they are our eldest is 10 and our youngest has just turned 1. Currently our children are around about grade 5, grade 4, grade 2. We have a reception student and we have a kindergarten age and a baby, so it was an interesting mix. I'll say homeschooling our 6 children because though we aren't officially homeschooling our baby, he still is a very big part of our day and we have to fit him in as well. So we are, you never stop learning, so we are homeschooling him too. I'm sitting in my car because it is hard to find a quiet spot to film a video in our house because we have a small-ish house, and yeah, so I'm outside in the car. The door is open a little bit because it is hot today. What we like to do, we like to do individual subjects. So what we like to do is work with our children one-on-one individually. So even though we have 4 students and 1 kindergartner, we still work with them one at a time. So I tried to, sit them all around the table and try and get them all working and, help them all at the same time, and even try like a group lesson. But for our own unique family, it just did not work. So what we do, probably it might take a bit longer, but I just find it works best. We sort of give our children like a one-on-one tutoring session with just me or my husband and our child, and then we move on to the next child, and we sort of work through a list. So we have like a list of how our day goes, and at the moment my husband Luke, he works from home, and at the moment he's doing the homeschool with me in the morning, and then after lunch is when he will get his work done. Most of his work is online, so he can do that. Yeah, so we have this big long list of like what Luke does and what I do. And so for example, first thing we'll try and start between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We used to start later. We've moved that a bit earlier because things were just dragging on really late in the day. And with Luke and I both working together, we can get the whole school day done before lunch. If Luke's not there to help me for some reason, and I'm doing it on my own, it probably will take me until pretty late in the afternoon, like it could even take almost to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But when we're both working together in the morning, we can get everyone's work done before lunch. So for example, the first thing that Luke does, he will do Willow's preschool book with her, and I will do Francis's English lesson with him. There are some subjects that our children can do independently on their own, but I still have to be there to look at what they're doing, to answer questions about what they have when they're working independently. I still need to be there to mark it and make sure they're doing it. And yeah, I can't just we're not to the stage yet where we can just say, okay, you go off and do schoolwork and I'll do this, and then they come back later and show me what they've done. For some reason we just can't do that yet. They need a lot of encouragement, a lot of hand holding, a lot of just sitting with them and working through each question, and then they seem to be working better that way. As they get a bit older, hopefully they will be able to do more work, like more independently from us. So yeah, and so the next thing I will do Francis's English with him, and then I will do Holly, our reception. She's 5. I'll do her phonics book with her and listen to her read, and then I'll do Ari's English, and then I'll do Savannah's Khan Academy, and so on. And we just work through each individual person, like a subject at a time. And so I'll show you some curriculum in a minute. These, anyway, I don't know if you can see that. This is a chart that I've printed out for, I've got one for each of the children, and they can just sort of tick after they've completed something. So this one is Savannah's. She is my 7-year-old. And anyway, the subjects that are on here, so the subjects that the children do every day, they practice their instruments, they do spelling, the younger ones read aloud, we have a Bible verse that they memorize, and then they also do English and maths. They do a little bit of those subjects every single day. And then there's like lots of other subjects that they will just do about once a week. Maybe some of them they do twice. One is listen to me read. I would like reading a Famous Five novel, and I'll do that once a week. They do science, social studies, art, and I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but they're all the subjects that they will do once a week. So while the children are waiting to work with Luke and I, they will just keep busy doing whatever they feel like doing. I don't really get out anything or set them anything to do. They can just play freely. They do things like go outside and play. They might play in the sandpit. They might do things like we have clay that they like to do, modeling clay. The younger ones love to do colouring ins or drawing pictures. They will do that. Also the Duplo is a great one for keeping the kids busy. Duplo is a pretty popular toy in our house. So we'll set up some they might play Duplo, they might play Lego. Our eldest son loves origami, so he will do some origami quite often, or whatever he is interested at the time. They might go outside and just play in the backyard. We live on a farm, so they have lots of space to just go and play and explore. So they might just go around the backyard, and when it's time to work with them, I'll call them in and tell them to come and work with me. This is fairly new, the way we're homeschooling right now. I'll show the curriculum in a minute that we are using. They will just find things to do while we are working with the others. And yeah, we basically we used to have set eating times, like for morning tea, but like I'd cut up fruit and I'd have it outside, but I just don't bother with any of that anymore. Whenever someone feels hungry, they go grab a snack and they can free to eat, do whatever they like throughout the morning. But yeah, when it's their little block of time when they need to work with us, they have to come and sit and work with us. And yeah, so I'll show you just a few of the curriculum now. So this is the book that our 5-year-old is working through. It's single phonograms, and it's a complete phonics program, and you can order it from Light Educational Ministries, and it's really good. It comes with some little readers as well, which we've been using for her. So I'll just show you a little look inside. These are some of the things that she's done. So yeah, this is like reception level work that she's doing. She's only just started school this year. That's what she did today. So this is my son who's in grade 5 science book. Looks like this. Yeah, so it looks a bit like this. It has lessons in it and even has science experiments and activities that you can buy all the resources and equipment that you need, and you can do the exercises and practical things with it. But there's something in him to read, like each lesson. Like this one, there'll be something to read and we just read it together, because for some reason he doesn't want to just go and read it on his own. And then afterwards there's some exercises to do. I don't get them to write them all out. I might just get them to go through them and say the answers to me. And then there's like more practical activities that you can get, you know, gather the equipment you want for it and do that. And they also come with a book that has all the answers in it, which is for the teacher. So yeah, it's like my book and that's his book. So that's grade 5, and that's just science, and he only does science once a week. Sorry, this is Rod and Staff Publishers, and in Australia you can order this from, I'll put a link down below, you can order it from Light Educational Ministries. So this is my second graders, Savannah's spelling book. So this is also Rod and Staff. We only just started these Rod and Staff books. I'll show you what we used to use, but it started to get a bit expensive, so we've switched to Rod and Staff. It just has a list of spelling words and little activities that you can do to help you remember your spelling words, and they do this book every day. This is the preschool book that we do with our almost 4-year-old Willow. This is one of them. There's a whole series of them. I think it might say them on the back. Yeah, see, it starts with, oh, this is the second series. It starts with A and goes all the way through. But just, yeah, have a quick look at this. Each book has a different theme that it does. This is what she's been doing. You know, one book is letters, one book is numbers. This one is all about animals that live in the Arctic. And then it has, you know, different activities that you can do in here. So she just does 3 pages of this every day, and that's all she needs to do. This is the English textbook that we're using. We're using Rod and Staff, and this is my grade 2 daughter's textbook. And yeah, similar sort of thing. Each lesson has something to read that we read together, and then there's something to do, and there's some activities that you do, and then there's some practice and review, and they will fill out the answers in a exercise book. And then yeah, they also come with these books which tells you all the answers, as well as lesson plans and how to lay out your lesson. I don't really follow all of that. I just look in here and see, you know, if I don't know the answer to a grade 2 English question. Hopefully I know the answers to those. But yeah, they're handy to have, these books, especially as your kids get older, and yeah, you're sort of learning along with your kids. These are fun. I only got these because I thought it would be fun. These are little art books that are also Rod and Staff, also from Light Educational Ministries. They have little artworks that you can do. This is grade 2 one. Yeah, I've got the grade 5 one, and they also teach you how to draw and shade, and these are really good too. So yeah, this is a penmanship that my daughter's doing. She needed a bit of help with the way she was forming her letters, so she just does one of these every day, and it helps her to form her letters. Okay, so I just thought I'd quickly show you the curriculum we used to use. It's called, what's it called? It's called ACE, which stands for Accelerated Christian Education, I think. You can order these in Australia from Southern Cross Educational Enterprises, which are also linked below. I used to use these for my kids. If you're after something really easy, sort of fill in the blank type thing, then these are the way to go. Yeah, they have to learn cursive in the English one, but they are just basically all the lessons are, it's really bright, colourful pictures, and it's just like fill in the blank workbooks. These were great. The only problem with them was they started to get a bit expensive because they're about $6 each. Every book lasts about 2 weeks if you do 3 pages a day of each subject. I think they come in about 5 or 6 subjects. This is the English one that my probably grade 4 was using last year. The problem was it just really added up and it was getting a bit expensive because yeah, these books only last 2 weeks and they cost about $6 each. So yeah, 5 subjects per, you know, times that by 4 students, it's starting to get a bit expensive. This is Australian Social Studies one. I might go back to using just some of these subjects and then all the rest using those textbooks. And this is the maths one. I forgot to mention that for maths we use a program that's online and it's completely free, which is awesome, called Khan Academy, and I will put a link to that down below as well. We love Khan Academy. We also use a program called ABC Reading Eggs, which you probably have heard of. That is great. I highly recommend it. It has helped our oldest 3 children learn to read, like yeah, it's really good, so I'll link that down below too. So our children are also learning instruments, and each year we get them to pick the instrument they want. Yes, our 2 sons are learning guitar at the moment, and there go some people, and 2 of our daughters are learning the drums. So my husband and myself play guitar, so we're able to teach them that at the moment, which is good. Hello, Willow. They have found me in the car, so I better... It's alright, Luke has been inside with them. So I better end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!